god, I really need a haircut. Hello guys, and welcome to my new video. Today I decided to do a overhealing video about general healers and particularly Restoration Druids, but I know overhealing basically affects every healer out there. And what does it mean? Does overhealing really mean you're a bad healer and you're wasting that mana? You just not healing the right people? Are you just bad for overhealing? That's the basic discussion that I'm gonna do today. It's very vast subject that I wanted to cover. I think Restoration Druids have the biggest problem with overhealing, but I know everyone else is affected in some way or another. So just the first thing I wanted to talk about is I've looked at a lot of logs over the last couple of weeks and things like that. And even the top parsing Resto Druid logs, I'm not even kidding you about this, top parsing Resto Druid logs where they usually 2 heal or maximum 3 heal content, which probably should be 4 healed, the Resto Druid will do minimum 27 to 25% overhealing, and that's a minimum. They can do up to, I've seen top parsing logs where they do 40%, and I've seen a lot of logs where they do over 40% over healing. So that's close to half of your healing goes nowhere. So does that make them bad? No. There's a lot of different variations that affect this. So first of all, if you look at your overhealing and it's more than 25, even 40%, it does not mean you're bad. There are multiple reasons why, especially Restoration Druids will have a lot of overhealing. First of all, we're a hot class. We have Rejuvenation, which does about 30% of our healing. It lasts for around 20 seconds, depending on the persistence relics. And for those 20 seconds, we cannot guarantee there's going to be incoming damage. The best thing we can, even if you pre-hot, which is probably a really good way of playing right now, especially in farm content, especially if you know the fight. Pre-hotting is the way to go, because you know the damage is going to be coming, and you want to make sure that a lot of people get healed. So pre-hotting straight away is going to give you 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 seconds of overheal, but that is outweighed by mitigating the incoming damage, because people will get healed with every initial rejuvenation hit. So by pre-hotting, you're just placing rejuvenations and you're just expecting people to take damage in the future, in the next couple of seconds. There's no way around to eliminate the overhealing from pre-hotting. And pre-hotting is used by most Resto Druids. It's used by Discrease and things like that. So another thing is that our major heal, actually any healers that have major cooldowns that heal people up is always gonna have a lot of overhealing. So Tranquility, Divine Hymn and things like that, they're going to do a lot of overhealing. Tranquility will do a lot of overhealing no matter what, unless people are at 10% health or there's a lot of incoming damage coming in. Tranquility will overheal. That's why damage mitigation cooldowns such as Barrier, Devotion Aura and things like that are better than heal over time cooldowns, because preventing damage is always going to use 100%. It's going to use 100% of that cooldown, while healing over time cooldowns most likely will overheal. Another reason for your overhealing is that if you're running with extra healers, no matter what you do, you're going to overheal a lot. Even like I mentioned, and there'll be graphs as well in the video, like I mentioned, the top parsing druids in the best scenarios will overheal by a lot, and that's when they have 2 or 3 healers max. If you're running with 4 healers in any of the content, as a Resto Druid, there's nothing you can do unless you are super pro at pinpointing the lowest person and just regrowing them. That might prevent your overhealing to like 10% or something. But I mean, no one's going to do that. Rejuvenation is just such a good spell, so mana efficient, it's just never going to happen. Another thing is that if your DPS is really good, if you actually kill the boss in very short periods of time, there's no reason for you not to overheal. There's no reason for you not to waste your mana. If you end the fight with any mana remaining, then you're not doing your job. You should aim to end every fight with 0% mana. Now, this does not mean that you're 60% into a fight and you're like, wow, I'm full percent, I'm full mana, I better spam everything and stuff like that. You don't have to do that. You need to keep doing the fight over and over, and you'll know the damage patterns, and you know where you can actually pre-hot. Pre-hotting is really important for Resto Druids. Once you know the damage patterns, you can pre-hot, and if you know that the fight is going to end earlier, you can pre-hot more, because you know your DPS is better. So when you're progressing through a fight, you can still pre-hot, but you don't go crazy, because you know the DPS might mess up, we might not kill the boss in time, I don't want to go crazy. If you kill the boss a couple of times, you know where the damage is coming, you want to pre-hot as much as you can, because you know the fight is going to end in 3 minutes. You want to go crazy. These are some of the major reasons for overhealing, why overhealing is not a bad thing. So if anyone actually tells you, and let's look at Resto Druids in specific, you have things like the shoulders. So Blizzard knows that Resto Druids have a big overhealing problem, so they actually introduce things like the shoulders, which actually they actually prefer that you overheal. They know that your rejuvenation is going to take on people that have full HP, so they're going to extend that. Obviously, by extending rejuvenation, you're going to overheal unless the person takes damage. But Blizzard knows, so that's why Blizzard knows that there's a lot of cases like that, so they extend it by 15 seconds, which is massive. Because the way the Blizzard does damage is usually 10 seconds no damage, 10 seconds damage, 10 seconds no damage, and then 10 seconds damage again. So they know by using shoulders, you are going to increase your overhealing, but you're not going to reduce your mana. So and again, the trinket, one of the reasons that balance is so good for healers is that it affects the overhealing that you do, and then it redistributes that overhealing into 3 other members. But for Resto Druids, that's huge because we overheal a lot. So if you have the balance and the shoulders, you'll probably be doing a lot of overhealing with the shoulders, which also going to be affected by the trinket, and the trinket is going to heal up the people who are going to take the next damage. So if anyone says that you're overhealing and it's bad, they're most likely are wrong. Unless you're running out of mana in a progression fight and you're doing like 40 to 50% overhealing, and you're saying, man, I need that blessing of wisdom, I need those extra innovates because I'm running out of mana. That is the only scenario where you should look at your overhealing and say, hey, I'm not pre-hotting right, I shouldn't maybe pre-hot, maybe I should just place rejuvenation on those targets that are low. That's the only time when overhealing is bad. Otherwise overhealing is really not that big of an issue. I know a lot of people see overhealing as equivalent to DPS messing up the rotation and not playing right. It's not true, but like as I mentioned, if you are running out of mana on a progression fight and you're asking for the people to give you those mana increasing tools, you should look at your overhealing and you should look at how you can reduce them. But for all those scenarios, the ones that I mentioned, overhealing is really not bad. So let me know what you think about overhealing. Let me know how much overhealing you do on specific fights. Let me know what you think, which class is the worst at overhealing. But in my perspective, I think Resto Druids. But I've seen a lot of other classes do even more overhealing on some of the top parses. So again, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next guide.